Hey everybody, thank you for watching Aim for Survival. Today we're going to be talking about a twitch up snare, so stay tuned. Okay everyone, trapping, meat procurement. Guys, this is a very important topic in any emergency situation as far as long-term survival. Now today we're going to need a knife. I have the Condor Swamp Romper. A handsaw will make life a lot easier, although not necessary. We will be using the small saw from Trailblazer. Last but not least, we got a little bright colored paracord. And guys, we're going to make this project a little large and make it easy to see. Start off first, we need a stake, a large one, guys. This is gonna need to support the pressure from above and not be pulled out of the earth. So first we need a pointy end. Next we need a large L7 with a nice 90-degree cut in it, and we've chamfered the top so it don't split out when we pound it into the earth. Next is the trigger. Now guys, when I made this, I started from a longer stick, making it much safer to work with. However, we just put another L7 in it. I have scored it in two places so that the cord can tie on and bite onto it just a little bit better. Okay guys, let's go ahead and set this up and show you a few tricks. Okay guys, so we've located a trail and a trap position. Now we're going to take us a spring pole, in this case a green sapling. Make sure it has enough tension to lift the animal off the ground. This will do just fine. Coming down where you can see it, I'm going to go ahead and tie a very simple clove hitch to the spring pole. Don't know how to do clove hitch? Go ahead and watch the past video and we'll make it real simple. However, that's not what we're talking about in this video. Now we got a really good hold on our spring pole. Next, we're going to figure out where we need to plant this stake. Right about here would work really well. I'm going to face my L7 away from the tree itself. I'm going to pound the stake into the ground. Go ahead and give it a few tugs, make sure it's not going to come out easily. Next we're going to go to our trap trigger. It will be upside down so it will marry up with the L7 on the stake. However, I want to go ahead and point out that I have scored this. The top score marks will be for the line that goes to the spring pole. Taking our trigger component, we're going to go ahead and marry it up. Make sure there's nothing obstructing its ability to hold tension. If we need to, we can carve it out just a little more. Okay, now test your spring pole. Figure out where you want this knot to be at. Okay guys, so we know we want our toggle about right here, and I want my knot coming off of the back of this particular snare for this setup. Wrap it once over itself, creating the X. Slackening up just a little bit. We're going to pass our line through here, tighten up our work, and again twist it around so that the cordage comes off the back end of here. That way when pressure is applied, it is towards the trap trigger, taking the excess cordage, and instead of cutting it, just tied it up to keep it out of the way. Next we need to make us a snare. To do this is really simple. You take a long piece of cord, And at the ends, we create a loop. You don't want these to be a sliding loop. You do want these to be a permanent loop. And real easy. Feed one end through one loop, creating, make sure you get the knot through there, creating your snare. Next, take the snare, run it through the other loop. Again, making sure you get all the knots through there. And now what you have is an improvised handcuff, but really an easy way to affix it to your toggle. One way you could do this to make this extra sensitive is to come to your trigger mechanism, lay it on there, cinch it up. Make sure when it's bound up that the knots are on the sides and not in the groove. Pull it good and tight. Coming back to our stake, make sure we lock in our snare loop. We can go ahead and lock this down, running from the trigger mechanism, making sure we're not in the way of the trap in case it springs. I have placed a Y stick and a second Y stick. What we'll do is run this cord, and we're probably about 7 inches from our stake. We'll run our loop, letting the loop hang down from the bottom all the way up to the edge of that Y stick. Next, we'll go ahead and drop our loop over the other Y stick. And what this will do, we'll elevate this off the ground about 2 or 3 fingers. Again, this trap is done larger for visibility's sake. Now, to actually deploy and use this trap effectively, you would have to blind off these areas, making this route right here the easiest path of travel for the animal. Next, the animal will come through, get his head or leg stuck through here, and would now be elevated off the ground. A real quick note, guys, you always want to test with the approximate weight of what you are hunting. See if it indeed would be suspended off the ground. And while this works good, let's say on your test it did not, you could always wrap around your pole a couple more times. Next, coming to the trap, making sure you stay out of the way in case it springs, just like that. Make sure you got a good fix. If you have to, use the higher ridge. However, I do want this to be extra sensitive. Once you've got it on there, put you a couple Y sticks in the ground. Now in a real scenario, you would funnel the animal into this area. We're going to lay directly over the first Y stick, pulling the loop all the way to it, extending the loop over the second Y stick, and I'm just putting it on the very tip here. I'm not actually going into the crotch area, and I am about 2 fingers off the ground, approximately an inch, inch and a half to 2 inches. It's important that this loop be able to slide freely, and what will happen, the animal will come through, we get out of the way here, get snagged. Once you realize that it's snagged, it'll bolt, and you got them. Just a real quick side note, everybody, in case you do get an animal in your trap, possibly you don't want to use your gun to dispatch it, quick bop in the head with your baton, pop them right in the head. Ooh, a bad idea with that hand. Oh, will do the job just fine. Very humane, very quick. The animal won't suffer. Well, there we go, guys. We got our spring snare or our twitch up snare. Definitely useful. Definitely something you need to get out and practice. Again, look into that clove hitch, practice it. Very useful. Several positions here. Again, practice making your simple snares. Those, along with a ground stake by themselves, can catch an animal. One more time, because it's fun. Animal goes through here, realizes it's caught, tries to bolt. Woo! And now you got dinner. Guys, be very careful when messing with any primitive trap. Know and realize the laws involved. However, in an emergency situation, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to acquire food with just a little bit of knowledge. Appreciate everything you do for the channel. If you haven't already, smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, and as always, when you aim for survival, don't miss.